Hey you guys, I don't know if I'm going to be posting this message, but if I do, then welcome. Okay, please make sure you check out my links. I provide many services. I am a holistic consultant, divination practitioner, and I had a whole brain fart because I'm trying to limit what I say. Alright, some of you guys most definitely, some of you guys most definitely, if you do content, it's going to blow up. It's going to blow up, okay? Now, I am doing free yes and no's, free card pulls. The only thing is you have to be following me. But I may get into a collective. A little small one, because my phone is on 35%. Yep, judgment has been called. Judgment has been made. You could be deciding on leaving or staying somewhere as well. I feel like you already know what to do. You probably already received the answer. Virgo energy coming out. Some of y'all are indecisive though. It's like you could be actively deciding on leaving or staying in something, a situation, a connection, a home, whatever. In order to help this be more easier, you need to go within, okay? Shine light on the darkness. Some introspection, some reflecting is necessary, because that's why you're having a hard time choosing between this path versus this path. And you're making it stressful, but it doesn't have to be. All you have to do is take off the blindfold and go based off of your feelings, wisdom, and your truth. And you'll be heading into calmer waters. See, some of y'all, this could pertain to going far away, maybe overseas. But whatever this is, I'm seeing you're headed into calmer waters. A lot of you guys, you're going to be able to make some type of decision, because maybe you're going to choose to surrender. Okay? Or maybe you're encouraged to surrender so that you can come into a shifted perspective. We got commitments, beliefs, values coming out. Religious or spiritual teachers and leaders being filled with wisdom, having students listening to oneself. This could be conformity. This could be going by the book of something. Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, Libra, and or Aquarius could be significant as well. We got rest here, healing, mental exhaustion, therefore needing mental relaxation. Some of you guys, you just gotta, something is only a burden or a stressful decision because of you are just needing to calm the mind. Okay, that's it. You could be healing though. You could be overcoming some type of heartbreak at this time. Some of you guys, you probably just started coming into some type of heartbreak and you're still on the beginning of that path. Some of you guys could be struggling financially, within your faith, within your health, but this is temporary. You could have felt left out in the cold. You could feel really alone, but in the matters of everything, you're still being resilient. Some of you guys could physically have some type of wound. Maybe you have headaches. Maybe you have a bandage, or something's broken or injured. This most definitely, I'm seeing a union here. So unions are very significant, whether this is a union of self or a union with people outside of self. This most definitely could be talking about a romantic connection, whether this is to come or whether this is what you're currently detoxing, healing from, purging. You know, it all depends on who you are. Okay? Your manifestations, what you're building, pour into yourself. You have all the tools and resources that you need to create the reality that you want. You could be doing magic. You could be preoccupied with financial matters. I'm seeing a water sign and an earth sign dynamic. It can be sun, moon, Venus rising. It doesn't have to just be their sun sign. I'm also seeing a promotion, some type of new job as well. Being able to touch something being tangible. Maybe some of you guys should, maybe whatever you're working on or whatever this is you'll be coming into, it's most definitely going to help you become an expert at something. Or maybe this is just encouraging you to sharpen your skills. The more that you're doing something, the more that you perfect something. Maybe this is confirmation to learn something. Even if this is something new, maybe you guys are embarking on new territory. I feel like you should just, you know, take a leap of faith, but it doesn't have to be, I don't feel like it's something that's like blindly doing something or going at something. I just feel like you need to get so some of you guys, you could be experiencing a breakup, a separation. Maybe this was something that you're healing from. Maybe this is something that you just started healing from. Regardless of whichever angle you resonate with, I'm seeing that this is something that still affects you, and this also could be interfering with your choice or your decision. We got family. So this could be tied to family, relatives. Your family could just be significant. The 20th century or the age 21 or February 1st or something like that could be significant. The major arcanas that you have out here is the Hierophant representing Taurus energy, the Hermit representing Virgo energy, and the Hangman. I believe that's Gemini. I forget. But, oh yeah, and also the Magician, which represents Gemini energy, I believe. And this is talking about your manifestations. It's talking about manipulation in a good way. This could be magic. This could be honing in and using the tools and resources that you have, because you do have it. This is being within balance or connected to both spiritual and physical. Okay? You are somebody who's very wise. People listen to you, or you're capable of people listening to you because of who you are, the lessons that was learned. And I feel like that's really how you should just go based off of whatever this is that you're wanting to create, because your manifestations are coming in. I feel like it's just about you making some type of decision or action, and, you know, not forgetting what you've learned. You know, the Hermit, the Hermit could be looked at as a wise man as well, but just, you see there is a lantern here, and what do you need a lantern for, right? To go into, like, to see things, especially if something is of darkness. So this could be in a metaphorical sense for a lot of you guys, just about going within. You could be in solitude at the moment, and that's possibly the perfect time to be, because other people's opinions and energy won't interfere with your choices or your truth or whatever the case may be. But a lot of you guys could just be in this space of confliction or confusion. There could be two separate paths, or just something that seems like a stressful decision. But I feel like you should cut out all the distractions, all the excessive noise and thoughts, and just you know, give your brain some time to relax, because I feel like a lot of you guys, you're in your head too much, and whatever this is, it doesn't have to be that hard or that difficult. That's why you're being encouraged to take a pause, so that you can go into hermit mode and determine whatever information it is that you're needing, because you already have all the answers, the tools and resources. It's just about, like, maybe you should do things that are in alignment with who you are, your goals, your dreams, your values. Your belief systems could be really significant as well. So if there needs to be some type of deprogramming in order to reprogram, if you need to come into this space where you're in solitude and you're not really on your phone, you're not watching TV, etc., so that you can actually have, like, this shifted perspective, because I feel like that's where the enlightenment is going to come in. Okay, but like I said, family most definitely could be significant, relatives, And I'm also seeing you moving towards calmer waters. Then I was getting this energy, like, regardless, there could be good days, there could be bad, but when something is good, right, that's great. But just make sure you're still doing what it is that you love to do, want to do, like to do, feel called to do. I feel like this has a lot to do with a calling. Like your spirit or your soul is calling out to you. Maybe you're just navigating this life and you just can't see clearly. There's a lot of excessive thoughts. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of, I need to make a decision or a choice, but it's difficult. But like I told you, in reality, it's not difficult. If you guys want a free card pull or a free yes or no, you have to make sure you're following me. This right now is a collective. Okay, so I'm seeing family is significant. I'm seeing romantic connections are significant. I'm seeing a connection with self is significant as well. I feel like you've been very resilient. You could be struggling at the moment. You could have some type of abandonment wound or feel left out in the cold. Or maybe this requires you leaving people behind. And maybe this is something that's like new to you. That's why I said, some of you guys, you're going to be receiving something, a check, something, a promotion, a new job. You could be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo. Okay, someone could be a water sign, or your mother figure could be very significant. A mother figure could play a significant role in the near future of events. Scorpio, Cancer, and or Pisces. And then there go that King of Pentacles energy. Someone who could be rich, wealthy, stable. And this doesn't have to just be financially, but this could be within their spirit. And if this is your energy, like I said, you could just be preoccupied with financial matters. A lot of you guys could be pouring back into yourself. If this is not your personality characteristics, this is somebody else, or it's encouraging you to be in this energy. Some of you guys, you just need to pick up a book and get more information on something, okay? A lot of things don't have to be that hard. Take a practical approach to things. Balance out spirituality and practicality, but you're working on something. You're working on something, and whatever this is, I feel like you're becoming an expert at it. This could be something you could get paid for. Maybe, like I said, if this is not the energy you're in, it's to come. Maybe it's confirming things of the past, or maybe you're encouraged to be in this energy. Baby, you and I, we're just ordinary people. Yeah, we got a karmic masculine with travel. Yeah. Usually the karmic masculine is someone who enters your life to teach you difficult lessons, reveal wounds, and break unhealthy cycles rather than build a healthy divine connection. Okay, this is usually distorted masculine energy. You know, someone who could be a liar, a manipulator, someone who's jealous, third-party situations can even be involved. So maybe this has a lot to do with you just traveling away from these type of energies. Maybe somebody in this energy is coming towards you. But I feel like if you have this calling to move, then I feel like it makes sense. You don't have to overthink things, okay? It makes sense. If you're dealing with toxic family situations, karmic energies, etc., it makes sense to move. But maybe y'all are just trying to make sure you don't flop, fail, this, and that, make the wrong decision. But I feel like you went through a lot of things in your life to the point to where now you overthink things, or maybe you're a deep thinker, or maybe you sit and dwell on things. And I feel like I said, you could just be in this period of time where your beliefs, your commitments, your values are very significant. I'm seeing your manifestations come into the light. I'm seeing somebody in solitude going within or encouraged to. And like I said, the hangman energy. Just surrender, take a pause, take a breather, give your mind a break. And because like I said, whatever this is that you feel like is a stressful decision, it's not as stressful as you think. You're making it stressful, okay? Ooh, we got real love here. And love offer. See, you never know. Making a certain choice, your life could turn around tremendously. You could come into a connection with somebody who's an ideal partner for you. It's not something that's karmic, etc. See, a lot of y'all, this takes you leaving something behind, coming into what's destined and meant for you, and you never know that choice or that decision all along was something that was really your ticket to freedom, your ticket to peace. Okay? Look, unexpected money. Never know. This is something that could literally turn things in a more positive route where something is no longer stagnant. It's like picking up. And that's simply because like the direction that you started moving towards, yeah, new beginnings, yeah, fresh starts. Child could be significant. You got people who are jealous and envious, and who will be jealous and envious as well. You know, it's similar to like haters gonna hate, you know, regardless you got to do what's best for you. You be too busy worried about everybody else and, oh, is this gonna affect them, da da da, when nobody asking them questions when it came to you. So for you to be just this caring, compassionate, psychic, intuitive individual, you have to balance out the mind and the heart. Okay, let your spiritual gifts be free. Trust in your intuition, trust in yourself, and make the important decisions that you need, because you're only holding yourself back in your own life. That's the crazy thing. This is your life. You're the creator of your life. So it's either you're going to play small, stay in your comfort zone, continue to be stressed out, continue to not trust in your intuition, and be in this energy, which is goofy, or you're going to come into a blank slate all over again, start over all over again, because endings bring forth new beginnings. Why is family out here? We got faith. It says complete trust or confidence in something or someone. Maybe people hold you at this like certain level, and maybe people, see, you get programmed at a young age. A lot of you guys were taught, put your family first, keep your family first, do this, do that. But what about you? When are you gonna come into the picture? You know what I'm saying? And then you be dealing with people who don't even be doing the same thing that they taught you. Like, I understand if it's reciprocated and balanced, but the whole time it's karmic energy. So you're going to have faith when it comes to this situation. And you're also going to have faith that you're not doing anything wrong. You know, so whatever happens, it won't be your fault. Like, I don't know if somebody think, oh, well, if I do this, then, you know, this is going to be doomsday for the people I'm leaving behind. And the thing is, if that's the case, then that would just be karma, you know. But a lot of times it's not the case. You know, say for instance, you leave something behind. The family and whoever else, they still gonna be able to manage the bills. They still gonna be able to manage this and that. That had nothing to do with you. You know, you holding yourself back, delaying things in your life, the manifestations that you've actually been praying and wishing on a star for. So it don't make sense, okay? It don't make sense. Confirm more of this karmic masculine energy. Yeah, y'all need to get away from whoever this karmic masculine is. A lot of y'all could have been in a relationship with this person, whether it was platonic or romantic. It could literally be a family member, or it could be somebody who you were dating, or whatever the case may be. Look, bondage. You see the energy. You know you see that, okay? And you also see it in your own life, okay? Bondage can tie to trapped, you know, bound. Maybe you have some people who want to keep you trapped, bound. You could be dealing with narcissists. No. Okay? No. We got legal and voodoo. We got priest. A voodoo priest, a voodoo priestess, legal situations. That's the Hierophant energy again, though. We got imprisonment. Somebody feeling captive, trapped in prison. I don't know if some of y'all feel like you ain't been held against your will, huh? you know? You're really not. Like, sometimes, like, it's all in your head. It's all in your head. Some of y'all are scared. What you scared for? You act like you're not a witch. You act like you're not a chosen one, a priest or a high priestess. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You didn't forgot? Tell me. Child, you better take back your power. You gotta put your faith and everything else in God itself, not in human beings and all this other stuff. Like I said, you've been programmed since you were a child by your own family members at that, let alone society. But I feel like you building for real, you working for real. And that's just the ways that you have to see things. You got to come into a shift of perspective. If you don't, you're going to continue to look at things in a particular way that's going to hold you back and possibly keep you in stagnancy from making whatever choice or decision that you actually need to make. Yeah, moving on. Moving on up. Yeah, moving on. A lot of you guys are literally moving forward. I'm seeing work, labor, and efforts. You're moving forward. Yeah, this could be stepping into your independence as well. There's something waiting for you. Something that I feel like is yours. That relationship, that new lifestyle, that new career. Manipulation. I told y'all manipulation was significant. I said, but it could be in a good way, not necessarily a bad way. So I feel like there's different forms of manipulation going on. There could be alchemy, there could be manifestations, and then again, there could be people trying to overpower you, change the trajectory of your life, destiny swapping, okay, trying to control or influence someone or something in a clever or unfair way. That's why justice, well, it actually says legal, came out. And you know, voodoo is not something that's evil. It's usually, it's not evil or harmful. It's usually something that's like a healing and protection system. You know, it's African magical religious rites. You know, some people do this for offerings, ceremonies, you know, it's positive spirit possessions. Basically a way to connect with ancestors or whatever the case may be. Maybe some of y'all should create an altar, get into whatever that is. Maybe learn more. Like, I feel like you should learn more about the spiritual and magical side of things for sure, because I feel like that has been deprived or, you know, gatekept from you. So it's like you operating from all that you do know, that you've learned. So I feel like, why is the Page of Pentacles here? I feel like Page of Pentacles, we got high honor. It kind of seemed like it wanted to come out in the reverse. It says integrity, righteousness, military, seen as respected, etc. So whatever this Page of Pentacles is was usually tied to a message of finance, a new job, a promotion. Maybe this is something that is of high honor. Maybe whatever you're meant to do, especially in the form of receiving money or whatever, it has a lot to do with things of high honor. And I don't know why it seemed like it wanted to come out in the reverse. So be mindful if you're doing something that, especially in the form of finances, that is not really of your truth or values or high honor or whatever. Okay. Confirm more about the Hierophant. The Hierophant, we got abandonment and conflict. So it says being left, deserted, and then disagreement, fight, and argument. I don't know if some of you guys feel like if you do something, it's gonna be like, I don't know, maybe you feel like you're abandoning someone, or maybe somebody is instilling in your head that this is abandonment, and maybe there are people who are not emotionally intelligent, etc. So they'll react in a way that's like conflict, anger, whatever. So maybe you I feel like you're the mature one in this situation. Maybe you should connect with other people who can help you within this situation, especially because, I mean, or you can really just help yourself. Like I said, a lot of times all it takes is you just surrendering and going within, calming the mind. Like, confirm the Six of Swords. Yeah, that show abundance right there. This is literally moving forward into calmer waters, going down a path that was bumpy, and now everything is calming, settling. Now, if you're experiencing this in a situation that's filled with toxicity, bondage, etc., you can't expect for it to be just smooth sailing the whole ride. Eventually, it's going to get back bumpy. I feel like you should go down the path that is meant for you, destined for you, that's filled with peace and your abundance. Whatever this is literally tied to abundance. Moving the karma waters. I'm seeing, and it's also going to bring about an immense amount of wealth. Confirming the Two of Swords. So yeah, some of y'all, this is time to a home where there is abuse. Some of you guys, you've been abused and neglected by your family. Some of you guys feel there is like, I feel like there's a trauma bond here or some type of bondage, or maybe some of you guys could feel trapped within the situation. But that's what I'm telling you, you're not trapped. You're your own person. Maybe you're somebody's child, so maybe you're looking at it in a particular way, but you've been abused here. You don't sit and put up with stuff like this. So the reason why something is stressful or difficult choice to make is because maybe you feel like you're obligated to someone something. Maybe you feel like you owe people something. Maybe you feel like you're doing things against the grain or whatever. But either a literal child, whether you're somebody's child or whatever, or this can tie to fresh start or new beginnings. I'm seeing that y'all are gonna, whatever this is, it's like you know that this is like a fresh start or a new beginning that can possibly bring you like stability, a new home, a new sense of self or a community or whatever. And I feel like you're doing this for the right reasons. It's not like you're doing something because you manipulating people or whatever. You're actually doing something because you're of abuse. But for some reason, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if people been in y'all ear. I don't know if it's because you grew up religious and the things that you learned or whatever the case may be has put you in this energy where you feel like you're abandoning people, or where you are a person who maybe your favorite color is blue, you don't like conflict or whatever the case may be. But little do you know, life is going to keep on being chaotic, etc., because you're literally not making the choice and decision that you need to make, and you're really all in your head about something. When you make the choice and decision, you're going to be like, oh, that wasn't too bad after all, and you're going to be extremely happy and at peace, you know. So it's really, you ain't really in your own head in your own way. So I feel like at the same time y'all are moving forward, but at the same time you're probably doing it in a way that's still like working harder, not smarter, or whatever the case may be. Maybe you moving on to some type of job or investment. Like I feel like, I don't know, maybe you invested in something, working on something. This could be yourself. This could be you, your life, for real, for real. Yeah, I feel like some of y'all, you're gonna be you encouraged to travel away from whatever karmic masculine this is. So a lot of you guys, this could be a toxic male. And by all means, everybody has masculine and feminine energy. And karmic energy is like of karma, you know. Usually it doesn't have to be deemed as bad people or whatever. It's just people who actually trigger you to awaken. So I feel like that's literally what it is from a spiritual standpoint. All of this chaos and all this other stuff is just happening because it's meant to, but it's not meant for you to sit and stay in it and overthink and feel like this and that. It's for you to stand into your power and move accordingly. Sometimes you just overthink stuff for no reason. But some people could literally be trying to control you or the situation, but literally holding you back from your abundance and true love, whether it's platonic connections or romantic connections. Don't say I ain't tell you. Don't say I ain't tell you now. So that's going to be on you. All right? Legal representation, legal proceedings, a court case or something like that could be significant. It's coming out with voodoo for some reason. Maybe people could be trying to do magic, but like I told y'all, voodoo is not something that's like evil or harmful. So I don't know why that's coming out with that, but it could be in like a more positive sense. Maybe this could be your spiritual team, or you, like I said, doing what's right for you, and maybe connecting with your spiritual team and your ancestors, or your inner counsel yourself, going in, doing the reflection, etc. Confirm high honor, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, we got confusion and illusion with animosity. And rich girl, I'm telling you, some of y'all, you've been kept away from this rich life. You're somebody that's meant to live a life of luxury. You're somebody, if you get something, it multiplies, it grows. Okay, you turn silver into gold, like that type of energy. But I feel like maybe somebody who you've seen and respected, they probably use anger or animosity, or so maybe it's somebody who you have animosity towards. But regardless, I'm seeing that there's confusion and illusion. A lot of people won't understand, but who cares? You're the main character in your life. You're not an extra in your own life, so it don't matter if people don't perceive you correctly. Other people's perception of you is not your fault, and it's also not your job to try to convince them of who you are. People see who you are. It's not something that's hard to see. Like, people know that you have a beautiful heart, and etc. People only trying to manipulate the situation so that you can stay longer, but a lot of people even know that they can't keep you for real. But if they can manipulate you to think that they can, or whatever the case may be, this can even be outside of just your own personal life, but the whole worldwide earth thing, okay? With the hierarchy and all this bureaucracy and all this crazy stuff, you know? But you are a person of high honor. And I feel like the job or positions or whatever it is that's going on, that is also of high honor. What you do and who you are is always going to be of high honor. But you are just stuck and feeling trapped within this family situation for some reason. But you have to unbind yourself, maybe doing some type of voodoo. Maybe, I'm telling you, some of y'all, your ancestors were voodoo priestesses and priestess. And all you have to do is really tap in with your heritage or your ancestors or whatever the case may be, you know. Confirm this Hangman. Got third-party affairs and communication. Yeah, like I said, I feel like somebody, when they communicate something to you, that gets in the way. Maybe it's not just one person. Maybe it's you, them, and somebody else. But I feel like you need to Hangman. See, I feel like your spiritual team, they're just here to guide and support. They're not necessarily here to tell you what to do, to push you down that path so that you can go down that. They're just here to guide. You're in the driver's seat. You make the choices, the actions, the whatever. Do know that you create your reality based on what you believe in, etc. So if you believe, oh, well, I'm disrespecting my loved one, you know, I gotta put them first. I gotta do this. See, I can understand, because you get programmed when you're a kid, and you get taught things and all this other stuff, so you have no room to be you to any of these things. That's why you go through life the way you go through it, so that you can come into your truth, etc. So I feel like that's really all this stuff is to help you come into your truth. And a lot of y'all, it's going to take some balls, okay? It's going to take you stepping into your power, and breaking out of the illusion, because that's really the illusion, feeling trapped and feeling like you are like other people are entitled, or you're obligated to do this and do that. Like, you have your own life. You are the creator of your own life. You don't sit and put up and deal with stuff just because, oh, well, that's my parent, or oh, well, that's my family, or oh, well, you know, I love this person, you know. No, Because I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all, you're holding yourself back from abundance, from a peaceful life, and from a healthy community of people, including an ideal partner within your romantic endeavors. I told y'all, real love is here. But you got people who are insecure. They have fear and envy over their lack of status or possessions. It just gives little boy in a grown man body, honestly. That's literally what it is. Y'all are dealing with karmic energies. And I feel like your spiritual team is patient with you because they see that there's confusion and illusion, like delirium. Hypnosis could be significant. Projecting on your mind, therefore it's interfering with your own decisions, choices, and actions. But you have to literally know that you possess the power and all the tools and resources that you need to turn your whole life around. But you can't let other individuals or yourself get in the way of this. Confirm this Four of Swords. Yep, North Node. We got love, joy, positive, spiritual alignment, clarity, light, peace, strength, positive frequency, calm, grounded, clear-headed, protected, connected to spirit. That's literally what you are. I need you to reprogram. I need you to deprogram all that you've learned so that you can reprogram into this more high vibrational energy. A lot of you guys, yes, you're of high honor and this, and that, but it needs to be embedded in your head, okay? Your belief system. Not all that other stuff that you grew up on or that still has a pull on you. You gotta like rest, heal, give your mind a break so that you can see things more clearly, or so that you can be in this North Node space. Take a break from people. This is it. Little did you know, pulling back or releasing people was gonna catapult you into your North Node, honestly. Not just internally, but externally in your literal reality. A church could be significant. Religion. Look, we got death magic coming out sideways. I'm telling you. Why is faith coming out with family? We got love spell. That's what I'm seeing. It be your own family, bro. Some people be praying, hoping, yearning that they could keep you bounded and trapped in a particular energy. But you gotta put your trust and your faith in yourself and God itself, not human beings, okay? Especially human beings who let you down and abuse you. Confirm the abuse. Confirm abuse. Some people expect you to just deal with it. Yeah, just shut up and take it type energy. Honey. That's why it keeps getting blocked. That's why it keeps getting blocked. But of course, you have to be the one to implement something, some type of change, some type of situation. They in spiritual jail, and a lot of them, if they're not even in jail, they will be going to jail, or maybe they've been to jail before, or maybe it's just they're gonna be in a free world, but still in prison, whether it's mentally or in their reality. But I feel like there's some interference whenever somebody communicates to you or communicates something, like they're trying to interfere with something, them, maybe another person. And you don't, some people, I don't feel like a lot of things are always on purpose. You know, everybody starts off as kids and innocent and of purity, right? So it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. But don't take things personal, you know, but yeah. See, a lot of y'all could be dealing with people who are of greed. Confirm this Two of Cups. We got entity attachment. Yep. See, and this entity could literally be a physical person, though. Whatever bad juju or entity they got on them and you connecting with them, now it's on you. They a person that's insecure, low self-esteem, and all of a sudden you insecure, low self-esteem, ain't nothing working out for you in your life. I'm telling you, you gotta break away. If you be sleeping with the enemy, for real. Yeah, priestess. Yeah, you're not listening to your intuition or trusting your intuition. And I don't feel like it's on purpose. I just feel like you just been going through a lot of stuff mentally. And your brain honestly need a break. And a lot of y'all is just confused. But it's crazy that you're confused about things that are really clear as day. Like, that's the crazy thing. From this travel and this karmic masculine energy. Yeah, earth angel. See, it's the journey itself. Of course, you're an earth angel. That's why you go through all the things that you go through, honestly. You're a person of love, light, and positivity. Maybe you've been on this mission of spreading love, light, and positivity, honestly. So, yeah, it's really like, you, at this point, graduate from that, honey, okay? You still can be an earth angel and decide to choose you. This has nothing to do with, some of y'all could be religious. Confirm animosity. Somebody angry and upset. Some of y'all intuitively know that somebody is going to be angry or upset, or maybe yeah, you need to get you. It's like the most powerful person in the world being scared, like, of the most weakest individual in the world. Like, that's a crazy thing. That means either you don't know your power, you're not trusting in your intuition, you don't have faith in yourself or your invisible forces that work with you, never against you. It's something. That's why I'm saying you gotta deprogram to reprogram, come into really all that you. It's like you went down this path for so long. Did you forget what you learned? Did you forget what you went through? You have to alchemize. You have to turn something around for yourself. You know, and most importantly, you cannot hold yourself back from this life, this lover, whatever this is. Something wants to be birthed here, but you're in the way because of confusion, illusion, and fear, and maybe family. Okay. Confirm the magician. You allowing people to destiny swap with you. You would have been doing this, doing that, if you wasn't listening to other people, if they wasn't manipulating or projecting on your brain and your thoughts, interfering with your actions. 444. Like, yeah, look, worry or fear. I don't know if some of y'all are literally worried and fearful about something. Somebody could be scared of death or scared that somebody will retaliate on them. But I promise you, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. Even if somebody is coming off with animosity, even if somebody is coming off like they would attack you or whatever the case may be, it's all part of the plan. It's an illusion. It's not really going to happen. A lot of people are just placed here to push you towards your strength, your power, and everything else. That's really all it is, honestly. All they can do is sit like this. They can be all talk, no action. They can do this, they can do that. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. It's similar to no weapon formed against me shall prosper. It's literally that. I'm telling you. So you just need to have faith when it comes to this situation. You need to know that you're always protected, to be honest. Release and let go of the pain. Release and let go of feeling like you're the bad guy and that you're doing something wrong, when in actuality you're doing something right. You've been abused, you've been neglected, you've been abandoned, you've been harmed. You are never the abuser, the person who abandons, etc. So don't ever allow other people to make you feel that way. You're literally an earth angel, and other people see that, but they try to get into your head and manipulate the situation, turn things around. But it's up to you to not be bound and trapped. It's up to you. In actuality, you never bounded or trapped by anything. It's really you. See, when you overpower that and you realize your power and who you truly are, that's when you cut the illusion. That's what needs to happen. This collective is being encouraged to cut through the illusion. Because I'm telling you, you holding yourself back from real love. You holding yourself back from abundance, an abundant life, a peaceful life filled with riches, literally lump sum of money. You holding yourself back from a peaceful life. I feel like a lot of you guys, it's destiny for you to reach this anyway, but this is just to help you snap out of it, like, you know. So surrender, get into that shifted perspective. Maybe this could have a lot to do with your, like I said, your beliefs, etc. Stop. You're not a person that is meant to conform and do all this other stuff, but you low-key could be doing that. And I feel like that's because that's what you've learned. You've learned to conform. You've learned to not really feel like you have any power, that there was always somebody more powerful than you. That's why they taught you how to believe in God, etc. You want to believe in God, no problem. Cool. But it's just about how you view things, how you look at things. I told y'all beliefs is what creates your reality. If you have beliefs that causes fear, restricts you, etc., that's gonna be the problem. That's gonna be the problem. But yes, all of these things exist. And would you be mad if I tell you it's not happening to you before you? Okay, because like I said, I feel like all of these things, regardless whether it's manipulation, lies, trickery, deception, pain, abuse, it's all so that you, Earth Angel chosen one, can really step into the life that is meant for you. It's always been meant for you since you stepped out of the womb. But like I said, you've been programmed, you've been this, you've been that, but it wasn't meant to like take you and hold you closely. It was meant for you to break out. Okay, it was meant for you to break out. So you need to go within. Okay, you need to be in your solitude. You need to relax the mind. Okay, you need to be in stillness, not doing nothing. Okay, so that you can get more clear on something. Like some of y'all, you're not anyone's savior. You're not anyone's God and healer and personal this and personal that. You have your own life, your own dreams, your own goals. And last time I checked, everybody had the opportunity. Everybody had the potential to step into their highest this, their highest that, to do whatever they wanted to do in life. And when people realize that they wasted half their life and they see you, now they get jealous. They're jealous of your light. You irritate their demons, etc. But once again, this wasn't meant to stop you and make you crawl up in the corner somewhere. It was meant for you to break out of and maybe even spread the word, because there's a lot of other chosen ones out here who are in the same energy, you know. But I feel like a lot of you guys, you have a testimony for real. It's really all gonna make sense in the end, honestly, but I try to help y'all right now because for some of y'all it's just confusion, illusion. But there's an entity attached on whoever this is. You gotta be mindful. You gotta be mindful. Okay? You know better. You know better. You didn't go through all of this pain and all this other stuff for nothing. Now it's time to pour back and give all of this to yourself. Hold on. I'll be back, y'all. some of y'all, when you make this choice and decision as well, this is what's going to catapult people into their highest timeline as well, because people are going to start learning the lesson, and it's going to shift them from karmic energy to divine. But even if it doesn't, so they ain't got nothing to do with you. This is you, like I said. Look, achievement, happiness, see, sweetheart, that Queen of Cups energy again. Look, this is your karma. This is you reaping what you have sown in the world. Being a good person of high honor. Literally, your mission, you've been spreading love, light, and positivity like it was your damn job. So some people, they did the complete opposite. And you having this big heart, huge heart, not wanting to leave people behind, not wanting to do this and do that, you giving yourself karma, and you actually destiny swapping with people. Some of y'all, this could be your dad or someone who's of emperor energy, an older man. You got to be so unbothered for real. Some of y'all, you are going to take this step, and I feel like you're going to be unbothered about it. And some of y'all, you can go through so much stuff and still, for some reason, like I say, be resilient and be like, it's almost as if you didn't go through any of these things, because you come off as if, you know, unfazed. And your ancestors see people are stealing from you your time, your money, your energy, stealing from a healer. So they have no remorse for these people. Actually, you the only one with remorse. It's not to say your ancestors are mean people or not earth angels themselves, but they've been through their own lives, you know, to where you can still be a good person and stand in your power. You know, whoever said that being a good person meant that you were always having to be emotional punching bags and a rug for everybody to walk over. Nah, sometimes your ancestors or you yourself just get fed up, and you be in this energy where you like, shit, people gonna get their karma. I mean, they did me dirty like that. It did what it did. So a lot of y'all, this is tying to somebody who you were in a romantic connection with and who you are related to family-wise. For some of y'all, this is like at least 2 people from your family. It don't have to be. But you're the creator of your life. So if you allow certain outdated belief systems and thinking and worries and fears get in the way, it will. Because the crazy thing is, like I said, you have free will. There's destiny, and then there's free will. So either you're going to destiny swap with people and get more karma for not coming into your dharma. So some of y'all, you literally gonna have to put an ending to something, or naturally an ending is gonna be put to something. This could be a physical ending. It could be some type of death. It can just be a change from one state to another. I feel like a lot of you guys died, honestly. So balance out your chakras, because I'm seeing that this is like, I'm seeing a pathway. This usually talks about one's destined path. I feel like, yeah, your destined path was to go through this, go through that, because I mean, you were just bound to go through things. If you were inexperienced, naive, gullible, it was bound for you to bump your head, you know? But it wasn't meant for you to stay in the loop and feel trapped and bound. Like, you're literally this powerful, high honor earth angel. Literally. I feel like your ancestors always try to come through, but sometimes you may not take heed to their calling, the communication. Sometimes you may just be confused as hell, feeling like right is left and left is right, and up is down and down is up. And this is, like I said, and even outside of that, some things are just literally an illusion. It's not what it seems to be. Like I told y'all, for some people, they can come off like they want to harm you, do this and do that. If you leave, they gonna be mad. They gonna try to take your limbs off. It could look like that, but that's not gonna happen. It could feel like that, but that's not gonna happen. And I feel like a lot of these things, people have their own free will, but it's also helping you when it comes to inner strength. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of you guys haven't given up. You haven't given up. You haven't given up. And I hope you know all of this not giving up has led to literally building a beast, okay? An unstoppable a beast, all right? But you are protected. You are protected. And I feel like a lot of you guys are completing some type of twin flame journey, and now you're on this journey of self-love. You're letting go and you're loving you. And for a lot of you guys, this is just confirmation. Maybe some of you guys were in a false twin flame situation. If it wasn't a twin flame, some of you guys are going to be coming into a twin flame situation. But yeah, they go to destruction and the lust. Like I said, some of y'all, you thought right was left, left was right. But you coming into an understanding now because of all the abuse, all the mental and emotional instability that you've experienced. But a lot of you guys are attracting someone who's similar to you when it comes to the matters of the heart. How you're so giving, so nurturing, so loving, so caring, so this, so that. But the thing is, it's going to be in a balanced energy. For some of y'all, if you are experiencing a twin flame situation, this person is going from karmic to divine. But I feel like that's going to happen when they do the work and when you actually choose to pull back and love you. Like I said, sometimes that's how people learn. You know, a lot of times people don't appreciate things until it's gone. But I'm telling you, all these people was doing was helping you rise into your power. That's literally all this stuff was. To help you rise into your power, not to keep you trapped, confined, and captive. That was for you to break out of the illusion. Whole time you were keeping yourself behind bars. Whole time if you look to the left, it's an open pathway where you can just, oh shit, I can just go right here. You know, it just really I'm telling you. But it was a part of the soul's contract, the journey for yourself. I'm telling you, that's what the earth angels go through for real. All this stuff. Some of y'all, you were experiencing poverty for a reason. Literally, top dog energy. You see, this do not look like this is how it's supposed to be. This do not look like how it's supposed to be. But that's what I'm saying. When you don't know no better, when you going through illusions, turns out you was the prince of Atlantis in a past life, and you come into this lifetime, you homeless, child. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, you gotta look. But there's an unexpected, something unexpected is happening. It's a lot of people who ain't gonna have no access to you, but that was because of your doing. You know, that was because of you coming into a particular energy and space. So either you're going to sacrifice your life, your destiny, your soul, or you're going to remember the lessons that you've learned and move accordingly by trusting your intuition. Some of y'all, you really need to connect with your ancestors for real. Like, you need to get into voodoo or something. I don't like telling people what to do. So if you feel called, if you ever felt called, then maybe that's your confirmation. If you didn't feel the calling, honey, okay, no. But if you ever felt called and, you know, to be connected with your ancestors, etc., maybe you should do some type of magic. Maybe you should do some type of create an altar or something. I mean, some of y'all, you do need to get your research on, for real. Maybe that is about going within, or maybe that's you literally going outside of yourself on Google or ChatGPT or something. Getting into that for real, like getting into the basics of voodoo, the journey of an earth angel, etc. We got health concern, illness. Somebody mentioned illness earlier. Y'all, I'm telling you, that's what happens. You literally start giving yourself karma. You overstay your welcome in a situation. Next thing you know, you got an autoimmune disease because your ass was stressed out when all you had to do was leave. But you like, well, I love him, or that's my fam. Child, we know. Your ancestors know too. They once walked the life that you walked. That's how they able to be a messenger or a fucking whatever. Excuse my language. But I'm telling you, Look, confusion, illusion. Everything that glitters isn't gold. Every opportunity is not for you. Pay attention to your dreams. This energy literally talks about dreams, whether it's when you sleep or whether it's like dreams, passions, what you want to do. But some of y'all, I'm seeing a new and fresh start when it comes to love, emotions, and relationships. Be patient. Plant the seeds that's necessary. Some of y'all, you just be wishing upon a star, hoping that hoping that you can. No, you got to take the steps sometimes, Allergies can be significant. Yes, see, you allergic to these type of things, these type of people. They not allergic to you, though. They allergic to that light, though, for sure. Welcome to the team. Thank you for the follow. 10. Look, we got enamor and awakening. I'm telling you. A lot of y'all just be filled with so much love and admiration that you just can't bring yourself to do certain things. But that's why you go through what you go through. You get abused to a certain point in time. You'll change your mind. You'll be like, oh, hell no. Never mind. I'm ready. I'm telling you, that's why you go through what you go through, man. It's not other people. It's really self. Sometimes, I'm telling you, we get ourselves dragged through the damn mud. That's because we doing the dragging. We dragging our damn self. You know what I'm saying? You think it's other people, but it's really you. My dad. Nah. He's just the vessel to awaken you, to push you towards growth, to do this, to do that. You know what I'm saying? We all are teachers and students in our lives. So, you've been making progress. You may not see it. But use strategy. Stand your ground. Okay? But I am seeing new love, new friendships, new relationships. But first you gotta do the releasings, the purgings. You gotta get the entities off of you. You gotta step into your power. You gotta realize some things. You can't be in this confused and illusion space and state. You know that because you being in that energy, it literally shows that you're in stagnancy, that you can't make a decision, that this and that. So you already know what I'm saying. You need to connect with your crystals, with your ancestors. You need to tap into your magical rights or whatever. Some of y'all, you thought you was Christian. That was created by whoever, right? They forgot to tell you that they stole some things from your ancestors, that they did this, that they did that. You got to tap in for real. You are going to come into everything that it is that you need to know just by experiencing life. That's why you can start off religious and realize, oh, I'm not religious. Okay. Some of these things could be true. Some of these things most definitely could be false. Like like I said, with the no weapon formed against you shall prosper. That's fine. We can take that. But all this other stuff of, oh, you're just a peasant underneath me. You are this. You are the fuck. No, man. They taught you how to be humble. They taught you that you were not a god yourself. They taught you a lot of things. How are you not in this high? Literally, the card is literally telling you it's high honor. Earth angel, etc. Even if it wasn't cards, even if it was something in your soul or things that you couldn't literally put logic behind, it was no logical explanation to whatever this was. You know what I'm saying? But it's just us. We are the ones that's supposed to, it's given planet Mercury. It's significant. The planet of the mind, communication. Any more messages? Strength, that's what I'm saying. Y'all done overcame a lot. Inner strength could even be significant, like we talked about. Something about taming your passions could be significant. You've overcome a lot. Insecurities, doubt, etc. You see, this infinity symbol is very significant. The infinity symbol was on the Magician and it's on the Star card. Number zeros could be significant for this collective. Infinite potential, unlimited possibilities. What is the advice for the collective? 2-2, 1-1-1-1. The advice for the collective is balance. Deciding to making this choice in a balanced space. That means the balance of the mind and the heart, trusting both intuition and wisdom. See, I feel like that's coming out like this because if you making a choice or a decision out of confusion, illusion, etc., then you're gonna probably be going through hell for a long time. Okay. Yeah, 22, angel number. But see, when you're making it from a balanced space, this, and that, you'll be more sure. It won't be no back and forthness, whatever. Some of y'all, you just being encouraged to try something, to do something. One way, then try it the other way. It don't have to be perfect. Just do what you feel called to do. It don't have to look perfect, be perfect. If you end up making a choice or decision, then realize, oh, well, now I know. That's literally that's how life has been this whole time. Like I said, a lot of y'all, you done went through just a lot of stuff. So now it's keeping you in your head. Now you scared to make a decision, make a mistake, etc. But that's going to happen anyway. If it got to, that's the thing about how you can't avoid certain things. It's just inevitable. You couldn't avoid getting into a relationship with a narcissist. You couldn't avoid this and that. So whatever else it is that you can't avoid, it's not avoidable. Okay? So surrender, trust yourself, trust God itself. That's crazy. The main ones who say they believe. The main ones who say they believe in God be the main ones that be needing to up that faith, honey. Like, damn, I thought you believed in God. No shade, no shade. So the advice is balance. Look at that tower. Go after your passions. You dealing with people who abuse you, who you can't even trust? And you confused? That's the illusion. You're not confused for real. Whatever healing you need to do, deprogramming you need to do, I'm going to need you to start that like yesterday. Some of y'all, you could have been where you wanted to be in like 2 years ago or 2 days ago. So, look, dodging bullets. Blocking negativity, escaping crazy people, protected by haters. That's literally what the cards say. You're blocking negativity or operating in these energies. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be dodging bullets for sure, okay? You don't have to worry about no more years of back and forth, up and downs. Oh, life is filled with good and bad. No, honey, it ain't supposed to be like that. You're going to be escaping crazy people. These people crazy. These people crazy. They crazy, okay? But you're protected by haters, okay? There's a lot of people who are jealous, envious, hating on you, whatever. You're protected, okay? You just have to break out of the confusion and illusion. We got ignoring. Some of y'all was just ignoring and running. That's not doing nothing. You got a lot. See, you still learning at this point, I guess. How you running and ignoring? You can't be ignoring shit and running. You encouraged to move. Some of y'all need to get that passport. You need to pack that bag. It's time to travel. It's time to move. It's time to come into your highest timeline. It's time to bring light to this darkness. Like, a lot of you guys are in the dark of something, but you have the light. And I ain't talking literally. This is literally something about going within. The answers are already with you. The tools and resources that you need are already there. It's just about you seeing it, using it. We got dirt digging. See, somebody, you dealing with people who are forcers. They'll say anything, do anything, try anything. Why you think manipulation is here? Why you think, come on now. The only thing that they wishing is that you fall for it. Oh, I'm gonna hurt you, I'm gonna do this. They all talk. It's like one of them people who do a lot of talking and then get beat up. Oh, you was just talking for real. Or the ones who do a lot of talking, they don't really want to fight. That's what that is. They did all that talking. They really weren't going to do none of that. And some of y'all, maybe you went through certain things and you just feel like you just look at things in the most horrible way. Just because it happened to you before don't mean it'll happen again. You know? At first you had so much spunk and spontaneity and, you know, there was no fear at all. But I guess when you started going through things, that's when the fear started kicking in. That's when the insecurity started kicking in. Yeah, I'm telling you, you gotta get into, do some reflecting. You don't need the, I see somebody said they just got their grounding mat. You don't need the mat. These type of things, I'm telling you. You can use the mat. Just like I got these cards. I can use the cards. Do you need the card? You don't need a mat to reflect. You don't need this to do that. You don't need somebody else to confirm what you already know within to make the choice and decision. Don't make me mad. Don't make me mad. This is not talking about something that's tangible and something outside of yourself. This is talking about reflecting. Like, what does that have to do with a mat? That's why I'm telling y'all, you got taught, oh, get this mat and do that yoga. Get this mat and do your reflection. This is not singling somebody out, making them feel like what they said was dumb or whatever. No, I'm just making a point. Love you, okay? But it's like, look, hooked. You get taught, oh, do tarot this way. You get taught, oh, if you want to meditate, you gotta be in this position. You gotta get this utensil. You gotta do that. Who said that? Who told you that? Another human being who's not even high honor, who's not even tapped in with themselves for real. Okay, don't make me mad. Don't make me mad. Okay, we got hooked and kissing ass. See, some of y'all, you just grew. It's like you were like, it's giving like the product of your environment, but that's not who you are for real. You gotta peel the layers. You gotta get the entity off. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. This child, something is hooked. Like, I'm telling you, like the people who's standing in by the lake and somebody throwing their fishing rod and they get hooked on this person, baby, they got you. They got you. Okay? But you gotta and then move accordingly. See, you went through certain things. Now your mind is a certain way. This is a certain way, even though you're your own person. But I'm telling you. 0, 1, 2, 3 on the clock. Some of y'all are so programmed. It's literally embedded. Something's literally embedded, but it's not fixed. This is not something. Jonesy, I'm about to pop you. This is not something that's... Stop, girl. Jonesy. Stop. Some of y'all are people pleasers. You just hooked on kissing ass, okay? That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm saying. whole time, you was the one in the past life getting your feet kissed by, they called them peasants, honey. And now you in this lifetime doing the feet kissing. Child, you got to be more careful, child. Ooh. Don't be running away from true love. Don't be running away from your destiny. Don't be running away from things that are hard or seems tough, because that's the main way that you learn. You know, when you go through those tough times and all of this other stuff, that be the main. See, they say strengths are not from winnings. It's when you really are struggling, experiencing challenges. Not when things were made easy. Oh, I won. No, it usually be in those times when you struggled. Raw, real, uncut, child. So you can't be running from things. You see, some things you didn't have the choice to run. You had to go through that. And you see that it's really helped you tremendously, more than any thing that was easy has ever done. The easy shit ain't do nothing. You ain't learn nothing. You ain't get challenged. Nothing happened. Take life by the balls. Okay? Yeah. Some of y'all could have people impersonating you on fake accounts or whatever the case may be. Be mindful, because that could be something that's very fraudulent. Okay, making bank accounts and all other type of stuff. But this can even be as simple as like social media. You know, like, you know how people go around trying to steal people content to scam people and get money. Some of y'all people are just making fake accounts, acting like they're somebody else. But you're dealing with people who want to be you. They act like you, they dress like you, they copy you, and this can even be future energy. I mean, that's just naturally. It's kind of like not being famous and having haters. What do you expect when you become famous? You know what I'm saying? It's not on you, it's in you. See, you not new to this, you true to this. You forgot, possibly. It's understandable. It's understandable. Something about running or jogging could be significant as well. Somebody is thirsty for the money. You around a bunch of people who are greedy, who have sex addictions as well. Y'all gotta be so tight with God itself. God is within you and all around. Okay, it's an energy. You got. I'm telling you. Look, bliss came out again. Happiness, joy, ascending. I'm telling you. Move upwards into alignment. This is where your happiness really is. Some people think, oh, it's hard. It's too much. It ain't hard enough. This should be something that you want to come into, whether it seems challenging or not, because this is literally, I'm telling you, this is where you want to be. A lot of you guys are going to be able to create your own family, have children, whatever. But you're learning, you're experiencing, and all you need to do is some reflecting. Some of you guys have been doing that, but keep on doing it. You feel like it's not working, it's working. You gotta keep doing it. You planting a garden, you ain't gonna dig the seed up or dig out the dirt to see if the seed growing. No, you're gonna leave it there. You're gonna keep watering it and giving it sunlight. That's what needs to happen. You need to water your personal garden, mind, body, soul. And you need to keep on doing the work that you're doing, planting the seeds that you're planting. Once again, you may not see the results, but that don't mean that you're not making any progress. Some of you guys, you're going to have a beautiful, beautiful child who is so sweet as well. Maybe it's going to be a boy. Don't have to be. So sweet. Just like how you were as a kid. And I don't feel like the sweetness ever went away. I just feel like a lot of y'all become meaner or Maybe not even meaner. You just be standing on business, and you really can sense people who are not right for you, good for you, or society as a whole. I don't feel like y'all shun people or go as much as saying you have enemies, even though people look at you as an enemy and they try to take you out, they try to do death magic. It ain't gonna happen. Because you is somebody who's literally, come on now. That's like saying the devil winning against God itself. Who lied? Because that's probably a true story, but whose story? Who made that up? It can't possibly be true. How does the evil or enemy never wins? That's just not possible. It just don't make sense. So you think somebody is coming up against you gonna win? You've already seen every time the miracles, the thing. I'm telling you, already seen it before your very eyes. So either you're gonna listen to other people, or that's why you have the reality that you have, so that you can come into the truth. Other people are gonna try to tell you, this is how you live. This is the truth. This is this. That's why you go through your own life and you realize, I've been lied to. I've been deceived. And that's because once upon a time you didn't believe in deception. You didn't know that it existed until you went through the shit. So I just feel like literally life is just a learning experience, but it's not meant to be painful. And you literally meant to live a life of luxury, a life of peace, a life of happiness. But it's up to you to do so. So I feel like a lot of, some ego deaths or whatever could have happened. But y'all are getting this fresh start. And I feel like it all just depends on you. So either you gonna reflect, be the creator of your life, or you're going to allow things to pass you by and allow other people to tell you what to do, how to go about it, etc. Like you've been doing, okay? But you're such a sweetheart, a queen of cups, and you're attracting a king of cups, and you're also going to birth a king of cups. Your mom's son, or something about your mother having kids that you probably didn't even know about, or something. I feel like you're going to be attracting a community of people who share similar goals and viewpoints and interests as you. Literally, I'm picking up on divine feminine and divine masculine energy. Going from the karmic energies and experiences to complete North Node divine energy and spaces. You've been misused, treated cruelly or violently, especially like on a regular basis or whatever the case may be. But I feel like y'all tapping in for real. We got voodoo and starseed. Y'all need to tap in. Like, you, whoever you thought you was, it's not you. Really big dog, high honor, starseed, not from this world. I'm telling you. That's why you don't resonate with societal norms, and you different from a lot of people, for real. That's why you're a person that's woke or sensitive or whatever the case may be. You are a healer, and people are jealous and envious of this. And I feel like y'all had y'all fair share of low vibrational energy. That's possibly why they say there could be no light without dark. Some of y'all, you didn't went through that in your dark spaces and energies. You possibly was once in an energy of insecurity and fear and jealousy and whatever else, to an extent. You could actually be somebody who has an insecurity or a fear or something. That's because you don't know your power, or you don't know how to use it. That's why I'm saying you got to connect with your ancestors. You got to tap in for real. Look, achievement. See, something, I'm seeing something done successfully, by effort, courage, or skill. And this could have something to do with it ending. So I feel like, honestly, that is you deciding to end something you're going to be achieving. This is going to be some type of achievement. Long overdue milestone. Some of y'all may feel like, I'm telling you, you have all the tools and resources you need. But that's pretty much what I have for the collective. My phone is on 4%, so I do have to end the live. If you want to get on the list for anything, I am a wise counsel and a holistic consultant. I do readings, so I'm a divination practitioner as well, etc. But it's not the only thing that I do. So if you guys are ever seeking advice, readings, questions, mentorships, life coaching sessions, the list goes on, make sure you reach out to me. Okay? I don't bite. Don't be shy. I'm really a nice person. You know, I just had to tell y'all about y'all self, because sometimes you be so hard-headed that you gotta come at the collective in a way that's like, I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. Okay? And that could be how your ancestors are. You know, tough love type energy. But it's still love. We ain't talking about none of that narcissistic fake shit. Okay, excuse my language. So, your ancestors are significant. Okay, you have a community behind you in the spirit realm and ready to come into your physical. I feel like it's already in your physical. It's really just about you connecting with them, like meeting them. But first, like I said, it just takes you're on your own path and journey and figuring things out. You know, somebody wants you back. But now, you know, you got to say bye-bye officially. They always going to try to pull on your energy and want you back. That's why I feel like, look, rejected. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, the divine is literally, it's like no access. And y'all are coming into this space and energy to where you don't let up. Sometimes you probably was like cutting people off and then got back to their energy. I feel like all the things that you went through into this course of time, no matter if it was back and forth, again and again and again and again and again, I feel like this was just perfecting something to where you come into this space and time where you know better and where you just put your foot down for real and you stand in your power, not temporarily, but foreverly. Okay? And I'm seeing y'all attract real love, true love in platonic and romantic connections. You're gonna hit the jackpot. Little do you know, you've been missing out on this abundance and on these dreams and everything else simply because you were operating from fear, or you were insecure of your own power because you're just insecure. You the whole time you was a healer, a starseed, an earth angel, somebody of high honor, and you probably looking at yourself like incapable, fearful, etc. Like, that's crazy. That's why the confusion and the illusion was around here. So I feel like whatever you have went through, it was really so that you can come into whatever you needed to come into. Y'all dealing with people who drama starters. People who you can't fully trust. There's tension, there's secret competition. It's giving, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Y'all dealing with people who love and hate you. Some of y'all possibly didn't even see the real for real. You can only go based off of your energy. I don't feel like a lot of you guys have ever connected with people who were really true and real. So you probably didn't even believe that it could really exist. So that's probably why some of y'all was settling. But that was also the lesson in itself. I'm seeing no facts. People, they never have facts. They make things up. They lie. And the crazy thing is, people be so connected with you because you positive, you have great vibes and good chemistry. But a snake gonna be a snake. It don't matter if you show up in the most abundant, nice, caring, loving energy ever. People are still going to be exactly who they are. You can't expect them to be any differently, whether it's your mom, your dad, your sister, brother, cousin, your ex, your lover, your whoever. So you have to decide, what do I want? What am I tired of being in connections with people who can't reciprocate the energy? Am I tired of being and living a life that doesn't even feel like it's mine? Like, why am I poor? I know damn well I ain't meant to be poor, you know? And the thing is, money was created by man, but it don't mean that I feel like still, regardless, you're not meant to be poor. But I feel like you also, whatever work that you're meant to be doing is still of high honor, and it's not something that's like, see, and whether it's the 3D plane or whether it's spiritually and who you are, it's always going to be top tier. It's always going to be of high honor. Maybe a lot of you guys, you're speakers. Maybe a lot of you guys, I don't know, something about the military could be significant. Y'all going to enter a period in time to where you always partying. Literally. I'm telling you, that means life is going to feel like vacation. Every day is going to be like vacation. You was also dealing with people who was possibly always partying, drinking, all the other, that toxic, low vibrational shit. But now, see, I'm telling you. People who stealing your ideas, they screenshotting shit. But this is played out. This is very much played out. I feel like y'all was ignoring something to an extent. And now it's like, you know what? I'm over this. I'm sick of this. Now y'all coming into a period of time where you're just too busy winning. You've been wasting your time, stuck, no changes, limited. Now you coming into this period where you're just going to be too busy winning. Some of y'all, you already there. You are already there, and you're reaping the rewards. You in that divine connection. You surrounded with your soul tribe, 999. You completed a lot of things. Beautiful. Beautiful. And a lot of y'all, you're going to have a testimony. Went through all this stuff. 311 on the clock. 121. Went through all these things. You're going to let people know that you can actually have a dream fairy tale come true in real life. I'm telling you. You're going to be speaking about your part, the things that you went through. Maybe some of y'all was houseless, lacked finances, in toxic, abusive situations, love, whether it was romantic or platonic, dealing with the beliefs and the this and the that, and the family and the destiny swapping. And then you're going to have that testimony where you like, but now look at me. Now I'm living large. Now I'm da-da. I'm telling you, it's not, I'm telling you. 211. Message in the reverse. Divination. I'm telling you, it's not on you, it's in you. You don't need the cards if you're a tarot reader. You don't need the audience if you're a person that performs. You don't need this, it's not on you, it's in you. Period. You got people who dead ass obsessed. You need to be so obsessed with this new life that you actually not let up and not allow fear to control you and everything else. This is your justice. You can't be holding yourself back from happiness and true love and a community and all this other stuff. But hey, that's what happens when you learning and evolving, and that's just what happens, So be gentle with yourself, but at the end of the day, don't be so laid back and ignoring things that you ignore yourself out of your destiny. So like I said, these feminine and masculine energies that are karmic was operating as the versions of themselves they needed to be towards you. Simple. That's how you learn. That's how you're able to be a teacher. So I feel like it was all a part of the plan. Now it's time for you to break out of the confusion and the illusion and not hold yourself back from a life that's abundant. You are naturally abundant. But damn, your life meant to be just as luxurious and blissful and filled with peace as well. So It's not a stressful decision when it's a path filled with peace and true love. It's not a stressful decision when you're being abused in your own home or with your own family. It's not a stressful decision, okay, when it's your destiny. Your destiny, you're not meant to still be out here struggling and all this people pleasing. No. But only you are able to. It's your life. Your ancestors can't do it for you. Shit, I can't do it for you. I got my own life. If my life was supposed to be your life, I would be you. Okay, we all have our own stuff. So it's just about you stepping into your power and coming into your destiny for real. And it can happen overnight just by a simple shifted perspective and action. If you want to get on the list, you guys, don't forget to message me any way you know how, especially if you don't have my phone number or my email. Okay, my phone is on 2%, so I have to end the live. But I'll see y'all in the next one. This message didn't have to be that long at all, but I'll see y'all in the next one.